I was at the hospital visiting somebody like a son to me. He kind of like the son I wish I had. He kind of like the son I wish I had. He had been in a bad car accident, and I was up at the hospital checking on him, making sure he was great. He was from the country. He from the country. Anyhow, I was sitting there talking to him, and my phone started buzzing. And when I looked at the phone, it was this broad with an alter ego. It was this broad with an alter ego that liked the broads. And she spent a little money with me. So I answered. I was like, what's up? So she was like, where you at? I say, look, don't be calling me, asking me where I'm at. What's happening? Oh, man, I need to see you, man. I need to, grab some, whatever, blah, 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 whatever. I say, look, okay, give me a few, and I'll, call you back. So anyhow, I sat there with my guy and wrapped it up with him. I said a prayer with him or whatever. He was in a lot of pain. I helped him to the bathroom. Well, when I exited, she called me again and asked me where I'm at. And I cursed her out and told her, look, don't ask me where I'm at. I ain't your nigga. Don't call my phone and ask me where I'm at. When I get to you, I'll get to you. So I don't know if she took that as an offense, but I said it to be offensive. Anyhow, me going to my house, when I get to my house, how my little house set, I had to pull off the road into the driveway. And up under the carport, I noticed that the house was broken in. You understand? I noticed all the lights was on up under the door where I entered through the carport. It was open. So I started blowing the horn up because I didn't know if they was in there. I know I got fire in there and I couldn't just run in there. So my neighbors came out. They just left. We thought it was you. They was in a blue van. Instantly, I got on the phone. I called my mama, called my sister, called my brother. Them told them to come over to the house. And it was amateur night. They took the TV out of the living room, took the surround sound out of the living room. They took the PS5 out of the living room, took the PS5 out of the bedroom, took the TV. They left about $1,300 in ones and fives that I had. It was amateur night. It was right under the bed in a jar. And then they left the big wad of cash I had. Tons of it in there. And I won't say the number, but how I had that put up, they would have needed a GPS to find it. I also called the broad to come to my house. And when she came to my house, she had somebody close to me with her. I told her to bring them because when I looked into this room in my house and I noticed that these people that stay here with me, room wasn't touched, but my room was touched. So instantly that aroused my suspicion. So when she came in, I showed her the money that they had missed, you understand? And the look on her face, how I was staring right through her soul. So anyhow, I rode around. I scrapped up. I rode around. I got my sister car. I gave my sister my truck and got my sister car and rode around the city. The day before this happened, 2 or 3 days before, a guy came up and knocked on my door. It was I had my baby girls in the house with me, and I looked out the door and I seen this guy pull up into the yard. You got to pull off the road. He pulled up into the yard. And when he came up to knock on my door, the door that they kicked, I met him at the door. I started to have it in my hand, you understand? But I had the kids right there and I couldn't up that. So I asked him, I said, nigga, what you doing to my house? And he said, man, I came over here to see, man, if you got some music, see if you been in the studio or whatever, blah, blah. I said, man, look, nigga, don't you never in your life come over to my house again. And I said, get on out my yard, man. I said, you lucky, man, I ain't show you what I really wanted to show you. He left. He was kind of dejected, but 2 days later that happened. So I rode around the city in my sister's car looking for this blue van. I couldn't find the blue van, but before I found that blue van, I found that nigga that came up and knocked on my door. And he was at a bail bond, a local bail bond place where people be at up this way. And I saw him. He didn't see me because I was incognito in my sister's car, and I pulled up, and when he saw me, he froze like he was in the Matrix. He froze. And I was like, hey, man, check this out. You know, niggas raped my house, man. Niggas came in my house after you came and walked up in the yard or whatever. And I tore his head off. Hit him with a 3-piece, boom, 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 put them things on him. And when he fell, I tried to grab him off the ground, and he started kicking like a roach turned on his back. And when he started kicking, I moved out the way, and he kicked himself off the ground and took off running. Okay, so now that let me know what was going on, because that guy that came and knocked on the door be with my peoples in my own house. You understand? And my guy that's in the house with me, you understand, be with that broad, the alter ego broad, that like broads. So the pieces were coming together real fast. I get a text message from my sister's ex-husband, is like my brother, and tell me, hey man, look at this TV they trying to sell. It's my TV. So I told him to text the guy and tell him, you got somebody want to buy the TV. And when I went to approach these people or whatever, I saw the blue van at the house. And when I walked in and the kids was in there watching TV, watching my TV, I came in and up 5. It was a nigga came out the back. He had been doing some push-ups or whatever. He had like a Jersey or New York accent, and he had like his breastplates jumping. He was real sweaty like he had been working out. I told that nigga, hey, you with all the muscles, nigga, pick that TV up, nigga, and take it to the truck, nigga. And he took the TV to the truck, and the girl was sitting on the porch. I gave her $100 and told her, excuse me for coming over here like this, but these niggas took my stuff out of my house. So with that being said is, the guy that drove that blue van, God bless his soul, he just passed away in a car accident. The other guy that was with them, he passed away from a guy shot him. And the other guy, I bumped into him coincidentally and had to show these people that this ain't no game. Just because y'all see somebody getting money or whatever, you think everybody is a pushover. And I wanted to tell this broad who I just saw recently, look, just cause I ain't in the streets no more, I ain't no joke. You know I ain't no joke. Stay out of my way. Because how you use my blood against me, because my blood is weaker than me, you understand what I'm saying? That ain't none of me. That's not me. You know that's not me. So you need to stay in your place and understand that you get your period once a month. You not no guy in the street. If I wanted to, I could have been touched you. I could have been got to you. But I ain't living like that no more. So you just made this story. You just made one of the episodes. Because you never know. When you running into somebody that's close to you, it's like in the streets, it's 2 type of broads that I ain't never been around and I ain't never had a chance to get to. That's a midget and a mermaid.